All right, here's Matt in Damascus, Maryland, Independent Line.
Yeah, hey, I can't believe you guys are still milking this. There were tons of protests across the nation that, would account, or you could call an insurrection under Trump, and there were, murders. They took over whole city blocks. They called it the Chad. Nobody was prosecuted. We saw nothing from that. You guys are still talking about the January 6th quote-unquote insurrection, which didn't happen.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and people are still out here sweeping the events of January 6th under the rug, and some don't even believe that it was real.
You guys are saying the FBI are calling people terrorists. Yeah, the FBI called parents terrorists who didn't want their kids.
Scott MacFarlane.
Yeah, the defendants in the January 6th prosecutions have drawn a line, they say, between other riots in America, other attacks on federal complexes. They have not done so with great success, though, because the January 6th prosecution is a singular, unique thing.
Take this brain rot as a sign of the times, because this guy isn't alone. And though he's a part of a small minority, this is not a new conspiracy theory.
It was an attack on the United States Capitol. There was a gallows on the West Front. There were rioters chanting "Hang Mike Pence" within 40 to 50 feet of an escaping Vice President Mike Pence. This was a singular, unique, unicorn moment in American history is clear and evident by what's going on in the cases.
The events on January 6th consistently get downplayed and twisted by those in the GOP still clinging to the memory of the Trump administration. Their deflect, defend, and disregard playbook has been open since the day of the insurrection, and it continues to be read from time to time.
Freedom!
Whether it's pointing the finger at Black Lives Matter protests or saying it was an inside job, these people have no footing in reality. And the ones that haven't completely lost their marbles are the ones trying to save their own asses from the impending charges coming down the pike. With the January 6th committee on their heels, it's about time to face their own music. But where did the conspiracy start? Because Donald Trump hasn't pretended as though January 6th ever happened. In fact, he praised it as peaceful and people being patriots, but he didn't say it never happened. Lawmakers suspected of being present that day and even days prior have downplayed the events. But again, no one has made a case that it just never happened, and it was all in our heads.
The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol is set to hold its final hearing tomorrow after postponing it due to Hurricane Ian. Committee members teased substantial footage and significant witness testimony, saying it would be more sweeping than past hearings and will tell the story about a key element of former President Trump's plot to overturn the 2020 election.
Some of the worst defenses have been from the likes of the House members from Georgia. Sorry to my sane friends that are in that state, but some of your representatives are truly off their rockers. Take, for instance, Representative Andrew Clyde, who was one of the founding members of the tourist visit line. You then saw a perverted idea of trickle-down theory just stain the media from Fox News to OAN and then some. And if we're talking about Georgia, we cannot forget the QAnon queen herself, Marjorie Trainwreck Green.
Preparing for January 6th to object on behalf of Americans that felt their votes had been stolen.
She's been on a rampage defending the insurrection since the day of, as an alleged video of her on the grounds that day showed her doing nothing short of encouraging the behavior. Now all this ties into the caller from C-SPAN. Where would he possibly get the idea that it just didn't happen and wasn't what the woke media said it was? Oh yeah, all the people in the MAGA GOP propping up this nonsense. We've seen this before, and we've watched this special on the History Channel. If we don't call this out, put a stop to it, and make a statement at the ballot box, then we are partially to blame. We'll be here to call out the lies, and we'll be there in November to vote them out. And that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.